umpires tonight, Terry Tata behind the plate at first base, Paul Pryor, Ed Vargo at second, and Charlie Williams at third. This is Charlie Williams' major league debut. Charlie Williams taking the place of Frank Pulley. Frank of Easton, Pennsylvania, will be undergoing major knee surgery on Tuesday, and he is expected to be out for quite some time. So we want to wish Frank Pulley well, and Charlie Williams taking his place in this umpiring crew. Friends, during tonight's Phillies game, each Philly that homers receives a free case of tasty cake and one also tonight for the Lafayette School, and the same goes for every Phillies winning pitcher. Now you can win even more money in the Daily News Home Run Payoff, because this season every hit pays off. Tonight's payoff inning will be the 7th inning. Phillies coming into play, playing 500 baseball. The Phils have won 7 and lost 7. The San Diego Padres are presently in 5th place in National League West. They have won 7 and lost 9. And they are 4 1/2 games behind pace-setting Los Angeles. The Phils are 1 game behind league-leading Montreal in the East. All set for baseball. Here for the play-by-play, Andy Musser.
Thank you, Harry. Good evening, everyone. And left-handed batting Gene Richards is set to lead off against Larry Christenson, who starts his 4th ball game tonight. Larry into the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game is over for a strike call. Don Williams coaching at third base, and Phil Roop at first for San Diego. Richards batting at 167. Here is a breaking ball. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last year, Richards set a modern record for a rookie when he stole 56 bases. And he has already gotten 5 steals this year. Swing and a looper into shallow left center field. Coming hard, Maddox. He can't get it. And that'll be a base hit for Gene Richards. Little looper into shallow left center field for a hit to start the ball game, and Richards is aboard.
And a threat to run. He's stolen 5 bases, 5 out of 6 tries. They have a couple of fellows on this team that can run, and the fellow at bat right now is the other one.
He's a rookie named Ozzie Smith, who is not even on their roster in spring training of this year. Switch hitter will face Christenson as a left-handed batter, hitting at 255. Richards takes the lead at first. Christenson chases him back, and it's a close play. Richards had a good lead, and Larry made the good, quick move over to first base, nearly got him. Here's another move to first, and Richards is back. The Padres have won 5 of their last 7 games, even though they won only 2 of 3 in this recent series at Houston. Christensen stretches. Here's the pitch. It's a strike right at the knees. Bluffing a bunt was Smith, but he didn't connect. 1 strike on Ozzie Smith. He has yet to get a hit as a right-handed batter. As a left-hander, he is hitting at 310. Christensen stretches, and the curveball is over. Called strike 2. Christensen put a slow-breaking curve across the plate, and he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Phillies infield set at double play depth. Larry at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little looper into right center field. It falls for a hit. Stopping at second base is Richards. Neither of these balls has been hit very hard, but both Richards and Smith have little loopers into the outfield for singles. So runners at first and second with nobody away. And Jerry Turner will bat, a left-handed hitter, carrying to the plate a 176 average. Padres have been finding the right hole so far. Richards dropped one into left center field, and Smith followed with one into right center field. So Christensen in some trouble. Pitch on the way to the plate. The slider is over for a strike. Turner with 1 home run and 2 runs batted in. The Padres have not been getting much power lately. Pitch on the way to the plate. A curveball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Padres have had only 2 home runs in their last 9 ball games, and the on-deck batter, Dave Winfield, had them both. Christensen at the belt. Here's his pitch. A fly ball into regular distance center field. Maddox coming in just a step or 2, and he takes it for the out. The runners will not be able to move. Turner flies out to center field. That's the first out of the inning. Headed for the plate, Dave Winfield, named captain of the Padres this year. The first time San Diego has had a team captain. And Dave batting at 297, leading them in home runs with 4 and with 13 runs batted in. Well, the Padres arrived in town with their brand new jet. Owner Ray Kroc purchased a 727 jet from Northwest Orient Airlines for $4.1 million. And this is the first trip on which they've used that plane. Here's Winfield batting from the right side of the plate. Winfield in his 6th big league season. Had a great first half last year. Tailed off badly after midseason. Throw to second base, and the ball almost gets away. Back in time is Richard. Sizemore coming in from second to take the throw. And the throw from Christenson was high into the shortstop side, and Sizemore did a good job catching the ball. Winfield stands out and takes a practice cut. Christenson stretches. Here's the pitch to Winfield. A fastball over for a strike call. 1 strike the count on Dave Winfield. This is the first of a 3-game series. The Padres here tomorrow night at 7:35. And again Sunday afternoon at 1:35. And again both days, batting gloves will be given out. The 1-strike pitch to Winfield. Swing and a curveball, and he gets just a piece and pops a foul back out of play. 0-2 on Dave Winfield. Christenson has been getting ahead of the hitters. But a couple of bloop singles have a threat going for San Diego. Oh, 0-2 on Winfield. Christenson checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Winfield. Fastball outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Winfield, an all-around good athlete, drafted in 3 different sports. Minnesota Vikings took a chance on him in football, and the Atlanta Hawks and the Utah Stars both drafted him in basketball. He came out of Minnesota, where he was a great athlete. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Winfield. Here's Christenson's pitch. Swing and a drive down the left field line. It is foul. Over top the picnic area. He got around hard, but the ball was foul by 10 feet. Count holds at 1-2 on Winfield. Last year, Christenson pitched only 1 time against the Padres. He worked 7 innings and gave up 3 hits. Did not have a decision in that ball game, and Larry is 1-1 lifetime against San Diego. Richards, the runner at second, Ozzie Smith at first. Christenson stretches. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ground ball. It'll go through on the right side. There's going to be a play at the plate. Richards coming on. Here comes the throw. He is out at the plate. On over to third base goes Smith. Into second goes Winfield, but the Phillies get an out at the plate.
Jerry Martin in right field charged the ball perfectly, got to it, fielded it almost like a shortstop, got the throw away quickly, and right on target to Boone. Richards can run. He was going all the way, and Boone held on, made the play. Richards really didn't come close to the plate.
That's the second out of the inning. Ozzie Smith to third base, Dave Winfield to second. He'll get a single, and he will advance on the throw. And the batter is George Hendrick, a right-handed batter, hitting at .224. The silent George Hendrick does not talk to reporters, will not go on pre- and post-game shows. Here's the pitch to him. It bounces, but Boone keeps it in front, and Christenson comes in to stop the ball. Padre owner Ray Kroc was saying, I guess he can get away with it as long as he's a 300 hitter, but he might have a problem if he's a 200 hitter. And right now, Hendrick is batting just slightly over 200. 1-0 the count on Hendrick. He has homered once, has 3 runs batted in. Christenson from the full windup. The pitch to Hendrick, swing and a foul down the left field side, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. First base is open, 2 outs in the inning. Nothing across as the Phillies retired Richards at the plate. Christenson winds. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to center field. Not very deep. Larry Bowa, shortstop, going back. So is second baseman Sizemore. And Sizemore grabs it for the out, and the Phillies are out of trouble. In the first inning, no runs, 3 hits, and 2 men left on base. At the end of the half inning, Padres nothing, Phillies coming up.
The day is done. It's time to let it go. It's the way to the big bird. And for the king of me, and for that, and the people there, no matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a blast of bird is like an easy chair. When you say bird, why, you put it on. When you say bird, why, you put it on. When you say bird, why, you put it on. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
The cat is really on the prowl at your Lincoln Mercury dealers. He wants these dealers to sell every Mercury in stock. Every one. That includes the anniversary edition four-door Mercury Marquis with its traditional full-size luxury and comfort, plus a special value package featuring a vinyl roof, luxury wheel covers, body side moldings, flight bench seat, and more. Right now, this special package is being offered by Lincoln Mercury to its dealers at a factory discount. So check out your local Lincoln Mercury dealer now. At the sign of the cat.
Phillies in the first against left-hander Bob Owchinko, who was 1-1 in his rookie season against the Phillies, matching up against Jim Cott in both of those ball games. And Owchinko is 1-1 so far this year with an earned run average of 2. On the scoreboard tonight in the National League, Atlanta leads Chicago 1-0 at the end of 2 innings. Ray Burris pitching for the Cubs, Jamie Easterly for Atlanta. In the Cincinnati-New York game, Freddie Norman will go for the Reds and Jerry Koosman for the Mets. San Francisco at Pittsburgh, the Count of Montefusco going for the Giants, John Candelaria for the Pirates, and Bill Madlock homered in the first, and so the Giants lead that game at least 1-0. Later, Los Angeles at St. Louis and Montreal at Houston. Kenny Boyer, named manager of the St. Louis Cardinals today, will make his debut tonight. In the American League, the pitchers are up at Kansas City. Larry Sorensen will pitch for Milwaukee, and Steve Busby will be on the mound for Kansas City. Here's Jerry Martin to lead it off for the Phillies. Jerry batting at an even 200. Billy DeMars coaches third base. Tony Taylor at first for the Phillies. Left-hander Owchinko into the windup. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It is high, ball 1. Owchinko is only 23 years of age, his second year in the major leagues. He has an above-average fastball. He throws a curveball, and he also has a screwball. Pitch on the way to Martin. Over for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Martin playing in right field tonight, and he's already uncorked a good throw to the plate that nailed Gene Richards in the first inning. Here's Owchinko's 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is fouled back. 1-2 to Martin. He'll be followed by Bowa and Schmidt as the Phillies bat in the first inning. Owchinko had great luck last year against the Cardinals. He beat them 4 times, and St. Louis never did beat him. The 1-2 to Martin. Curveball is high, 2-2. Owchinko had a pair of shutouts last year. One of them was against the Dodgers. In fact, he had a perfect game going in that one until Garvey laid down a perfect bunt in the 8th inning. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball outside, and we've got a full count. The San Diego infield really looks different from a year ago. Bill Almon was shortstop at that time. Now he's at third. Rookie Ozzie Smith is at short. Rookie Chuck Baker at second. Gene Richards at first. There's a ball hammered off the plate. It goes foul off the third base side. Richards did not play at first base for San Diego last year, to my recollection. Of course, he was with them and played in the outfield. Tenace behind the plate for the Padres tonight. They also frequently use him at first base. The outfield has Turner in left, Hendrick in center, and Winfield in right. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Martin. And it's hammered foul. Billy DeMars, third base coach, doing a dance to avoid that one. Good stop by Mary Sue Stiles. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Martin, leading off the Phillies' half of the first inning. Padres got 3 hits in their half of the first, but didn't score. Owchinko has the sign. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a foul back. So Martin has fouled off 3 after gaining a full count. Tomorrow night, Jim Lundborg pitches for the Phillies against right-hander Dave Freisleben. The Sunday afternoon pitching matchup, left-handers Randy Lurch, Randy Jones. Owchinko has his sign. Here again, the 3-2 pitch. Very high fly ball out into left field. The shortstop is back, the left fielder in, and finally Turner takes it. He misjudged that. He started back on the ball. He had a long way to come. Looked for a long time like Smith was going to make the play, and if he had, that's about as far as the shortstop would go to catch a ball.
Never seen a shortstop go out into at least mediocre left field. It looked like Turner might have messed it up, did recover to make the play.
Right, so the ball was caught by the left fielder, 1 down. Here's Larry Bowa. Larry batting at .270. Switch hitter batting right-handed against Owchinko. Here's his pitch, and it's over for a strike call. Owchinko comes from Detroit. Played at the University of Michigan, still makes his home in Detroit. He winds, and here's the 1-strike pitch. Breaking ball, and it's a fly ball to center field. Not too far for Hendrick to go. He takes it for out number 2. Bowa flies out to center, 2 down. And the batter is Mike Schmidt. Well, birthday greetings tonight to Ricky Lyons, who is here tonight celebrating birthday number 10. And also birthday greetings to Jack Warden, who just happens to be my brother. Here's Schmidt. What a great start he's getting off to. .383, Mike with the 2nd best average in the National League. He trails Jeff Burroughs by a couple of points. Check swing, and a fastball is over for a strike. Burroughs batting .386. Schmidt at .383. Mike has batted safely in 7 straight and 13 of the 14 Phillies games thus far. Well hit ball into right center field. Hendrick going back. He's on the warning track, and he hauls it down for the out. Schmidt got into it into right center field, but he is out, and the Phillies are retired in the 1st. At the end of 1, no score.
I'm a PhD in economics, right? I run around to 3 stores to buy food, so I save $1 here, $1 there, and yet I let $200 sit in my checking account where it doesn't earn a cent. No more. Now I use the George machine at your old bank to move money from my savings to my checking account only when I need it. With George, I push the buttons, and I'm the brains behind the bank. That's got to make me the smartest banker in town.
George lets you be the banker. Gerard Bank. We're there when you need us. To shy away from Penn Jersey because we didn't carry a big name in tires, we've got the biggie, Goodyear. That's right. All Penn Jersey stores now stock Goodyear tires. We've got them in all sizes for all cars, and we can install them right away. So if you want Goodyear tires at low prices, come to a Penn Jersey auto store. And here's more good news.
Now you can get Goodyear's custom tread original equipment steel belted radio for less than $40 plus $1.52 federal excise tax in size B7813.
Tomorrow night, 7:30, the Phillies and the Padres meet again. Garry Maddox batting gloves will be offered tomorrow night. And the pitching matchup is Jim Lundborg against Dave Freisleben, a battle of right-handers. On Sunday afternoon at 1:35, the Phillies and the Padres conclude this 3-game series. Again, batting gloves given out, this time autographed by the Bull, Greg Luzinski. And on the mound, Randy Lurch against Randy Jones. Plenty of tickets remain for both games. Gene Tenace will start it for San Diego in the 2nd inning. Tenace batting at .214. Tenace batting right-handed. Christenson winds. Here's the first pitch to Tenace, and it's high, ball 1. He'll be followed by Bill Almon and Chuck Baker. Padres with 3 singles in the 1st inning, but couldn't score. Here's a breaking ball that misses inside, 2-0. 2-0 on Gene Tenace. Christenson winds. Here's the pitch. It's fouled at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Tenace led the National League in drawing walks last year. He had 125 of them. And so far this year, Tenace has drawn 9 bases on balls to lead the San Diego team. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball is outside, 3-1. Here's Christenson's 3-1 pitch. It's a check swing, one hopper to the mound. Larry grabs it and throws him out. Tenace retired on a check swing, ground ball to Christenson. 1 out in the second inning, and here's Bill Almon. Well, last year Almon was the San Diego shortstop, but he made 41 errors at that position to lead everybody in the National League. So in spring training, they switched him to second base, and then when they changed managers, they moved him over to third base, so he's been around the infield. Almon, right-handed hitter, batting at .333. Chokes up on the bat. The pitch to him is a fastball right over for a strike. Almon was a first-round draft choice out of Brown back in 1974. He hails from Providence. Breaking ball is inside, 1-1. Christenson has the sign. Here's his 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. The third baseman that the Padres had in the second half of last season, Tucker Ashford, is now back in the minor leagues. 2-1 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 3, and Christenson drops behind his second hitter, 3-1. Larry winds. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the Padres get a runner. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Baseball Network.
At 8:29, this is KYW Philadelphia. AccuWeather says clear and cool tonight, the low 42. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, the high 74. Currently clear, 61 degrees on Independence Mall.
The batter is Chuck Baker, rookie second baseman, a right-handed batter. He's had 4 hits and 10 times up. Pitch on the way to him, low, ball 1. Baker, only 25 years of age, and has been in professional ball for just 3 years. He batted .243 at Hawaii last year. Christenson stretches. There goes the runner. The pitch is fouled away. Almon had a jump, but Baker fouled the pitch away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres got off to a slow start this year, and they're still in 5th place in the National League West. They've won 7 and lost 9. They trail the Dodgers by 4.5 games. Throw to first base and back in time is Almon. Phillies start action tonight in 4th place with their .500 record, 7-7, and they trail Montreal by 1 game. Pitch to the plate, a fastball outside, snap throw to first. Oh, he almost got him. Almon got back in time as Boone's throw to Hebner at first came up just a little short of the bag. Almon had bluff going that time and was a little late getting back. Phillies almost had him. 2 balls and a strike on Baker. Here's a check throw to first base. Almon is back in time. The National League East is the tightest race in baseball right now. All 6 teams within 2.5 games of one another. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. Baker strikes out. That's the second out of the inning, and Christenson picks up his first strikeout. And the batter is pitcher Bob Owchinko, looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 6. Owchinko, a left-handed batter. Almon at first with 2 down. Here's Owchinko. Christenson's pitch is right at the belt for a strike. No score in this ball game as San Diego bats in the second inning. Christenson stretches. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss at a good fastball. Larry ahead in the count, 0-2. Well, Pete Rose starts action tonight, just 11 hits, shy of 3,000. And if he has a big weekend at Shea Stadium, he could conceivably go for his 3,000th against the Phillies next week. Owchinko takes outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Phillies will be in Cincinnati for a 2-game series Monday and Wednesday nights next week. Christenson ready. Here's his 1-2 pitch to the pitcher, and it's a ground ball that goes foul on the third baseline. A hard-hit one-hopper that looked like it might stay fair for a moment. Schmidt went after it, couldn't make a play, but it was foul. 1-2. Owchinko back to the dugout to get a new bat. He was named the Rookie of the Year last year by the Sporting News, despite the fact he had only a 9-12 record, Rookie of the Year among pitchers. Cincinnati has taken a 1-0 lead over the Mets in the first inning. Norman against Koosman. The pitch to Owchinko on the outside corner, a called third strike. So Christenson gets his second strikeout, and for the Padres in the second, no runs, no hits, and 1 left. At the end of an inning and a half, still scoreless.
Battle up for a new season of Big League Baseball. And once again, Acme Markets is proud to be sponsoring the Philadelphia Phillies. With a team as great as the Phillies, you expect to see great action. And at a store as great as Acme Super Saver, you expect to find a team of men and women doing their best to give you the finest service in the area, striving to keep our stores clean, attractive, and fully stocked at all times. Come see our team in action at your Acme Super Saver Market.
Boy, it's really exciting being here at the Indy 500. What do we call this place?
The cafeteria.
Really? New here? How can you tell?
You're wearing your racing helmet.
I'm practicing. During lunch, practice makes perfect. Would you pass the salt?
Sure. So, what are you driving this year?
What do you think of that?
You're driving a piece of paper?
That's my Champion Indy 500 sweepstakes entry form.
Oh.
You can eat that roll.
Eventually.
Oh, well, Champion has won at Indy 38 times, and this year they're giving me the chance to win with the winner. To be eligible, all I do is pick a winner and fill out the entry form.
I noticed you filled it out in crayon.
Mom won't let me have any sharp objects.
Put down that spoon, okay? For the first time in the history of the Indy 500, you have a chance to share in the excitement of winning an Indy. Champion's Indy 500 sweepstakes. Anyone who is 16 or older is eligible to win prizes totaling $250,000 with a first prize of $25,000. No purchase necessary. Details and entry forms at participating Champion Spark Plug retailers. Offer void where prohibited by law.
Phillies in the second start with Greg Luzinski to be followed by Hebner and Maddox. Scoreless ball game. Well, we want to send out anniversary congratulations tonight to Fred and Antoinette Day. Fred Day works here at the ballpark. They are celebrating their 22nd anniversary tonight. We'll have to tell Freddie to take the rest of the night off. Here's the ball, batting at .320. Left-hander Bob Owchinko into the windup. Here's the pitch to Luzinski. A breaking ball, a very high fly ball to deep left field. Turner going back on the warning track. He's got room, and he takes it for the out. Right on the front edge of the warning track, that ball held up, and he took it for the out. So the last 2 outs for the Phillies have been long shots as Mike Schmidt hit one into deep right center field to end the first inning. And Greg Luzinski flies out to deep left field to start the second. Here's Richie Hebner. Left-handed batter hitting at .257. Left-hander winds. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, ball 1. Hebner with 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. Here's Owchinko's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Owchinko and Raleigh Fingers combined for a 2-0 victory over Atlanta in his last start, which came last Saturday. Fastball is high. In that game, Owchinko pitched 6 2/3 innings. 2 balls and a strike to Hebner. Owchinko winds. Here's the next pitch. Fastball inside, 3-1. Padre infield playing him as a strict ball hitter. Richards very close to the line at first. Second baseman Baker about halfway between first and second. The outfield playing Hebner about straight away. Owchinko winds. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's inside, ball 4, and the Phillies have their first base runner. Hebner walks. It'll bring up Garry Maddox. Garry hitting at 302. Brief conference halfway between the plate and the mound between catcher Gene Tenace and his pitcher, young left-hander Bob Owchinko. No score in this ball game. Phillies batting last half of the second inning. Last year, the Phillies had the best record of any team in the East against Western Division opponents. They played at a .639 clip against Western teams. Pitch to Maddox is a fastball high and outside, ball one. One down, Padres set up for the double play. Pitch on the way to Maddox, low. 2-0. Last year, Maddox faced Owchinko 4 times, failing to get a hit. Left-hander stretches. Here's the pitch. A little looper towards second base, caught on the run by the second baseman Baker. Easily throws over to first for the out as Hebner was running on the play. So a double play, and the Phillies are out in the second. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. At the end of 2, no score, and now it's time for a tasty break.
Tasty cake is a day in spring, a brand new love or a golden ring. Tasty cake is the morning sun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one. Tasty cake is the dish we'll see, a song that sings with you and me. Tasty cake is a world of fun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one.
Right now, Tasty Cake has something for you that should really put a smile on your face. It's savings of 15 cents or more on family packs of delicious fresh-baked butterscotch, jelly, and lemon cream-filled crimpets, and our new apple-filled crumb cakes. The brand new spice cake cupcakes with real apple jelly inside and real buttery crumbs on top. Look for these savings at your favorite store and take 15 cents or more off Tasty Cake family packs. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty cake is a world of fun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one.
The Phillies have a great new giveaway item for everyone 19 years of age or younger when they play the New York Mets here on Sunday, May 7th. Red and white gym shorts with Phillies on the front are a great-looking item that every young Phillies fan will want. Free Phillies gym shorts for everyone 19 or under on Sunday, May 7th, when the Phillies play the New York Mets here at Veterans Stadium. Game time is 1:35. Nothing on the board through the first 2 innings of this ball game tonight. The Phillies have failed to hit, and the Padres have 3 hits, but they don't have any runs up on the board yet. And for play-by-play in the third, let's move it to Harry Callis.
All right, thank you, Andy. Good evening, everyone. Gene Richards leading off for the Padres. He singled his first time up. Left-hand hitting first baseman. Wind up by Christenson, and the pitch to Richards is low for a ball, 1-0. Of course, batting glove weekend continues throughout this weekend. All youngsters 14 and under tonight getting a batting glove autographed by Mike Schmidt. Pitch to Richards, hard ground ball, base hit in the hole into right field. So Richards has his second hit of the night. Hit number 4 given up by Christenson. That'll bring on Ozzie Smith, the switch-hitting shortstop, who singled his first time up. Smith, 23 years old, a little guy. He's 5'8", 150 pounds. All youngsters 14 and under coming to the game tomorrow night get a Phillies batting glove autographed by Garry Maddox. And on Sunday afternoon, batting gloves autographed by Greg Luzinski. Pitch to Smith. Richards breaking. A strike call. Boone's throw not in time. Stolen base. Richards. And down on the ground is Ted Sizemore. And Size might have been spiked. Sizemore is injured as he tried to cover the bag. And Jeff Cooper, Phillies assistant trainer, racing out along with Danny Ozark.
Got his left wrist, his glove hand. Ted had his hand in there trying to catch the ball. Richards slid right into it. I don't know whether he was spiked or he was just kind of snagged by Richards sliding by. Whatever, it appears that Sizemore's in considerable pain.
Gene Richards steals his 6th base of the year. He's only been caught once. Richards stole 56 last year to set an all-time San Diego Padre Club record. Ted Sizemore is being administered to by Jeff Cooper, Phillies assistant trainer, and Danny Ozark is also out there, and Size is heading toward the dugout. So Richards at second base and nobody out. 1 strike to count to Ozzie Smith. Ted is coming into the Phillies dugout. Try to get a report for you as soon as we find out from trainer Don Seeger or Jeff Cooper.
Too bad. Sizemore just back in the lineup tonight after being out with a virus. He had a awful rash in Montreal. He missed part of that series, and then just now getting back tonight, he said he felt pretty good. Going into the ball game, Davy Johnson is up, and he'll come in to play second base. Happy 86th birthday to Ruth Nolan down in Wilmington, Delaware. 86 years old yesterday and a great Phillies fan.
So Davy Johnson coming in to play second base, replacing Ted Sizemore. Sizemore having to leave the game with the injury. Davy Johnson taking a couple of practice grounders as Larry Christenson warms up. Richards at second base and nobody out. 1 strike to count to Ozzie Smith. There's a stretch by Christenson. And the pitch to Smith. He bunts it, and it's a good bunt out toward the mound. Christenson lobs to first just in time to get Smith. Nice bunt by Ozzie Smith. Moves Richards to third base. It'll be a sacrifice. Christenson made a good play on the ball, and Smith is out, 1 down. Richards at third with 1 away. That'll bring up Jerry Turner, the left fielder. Phillies infield pulls in with Richards at third and 1 down. Turner flied out to center his first time up. Christenson working from the stretch. And the pitch to Turner is high for a ball, 1-0. 0-0 ball game. We're playing in the third. First of a 3-game set with the San Diego Padres. 1-0 pitch. Low for a ball. It's 2-0. Phillies last year were 9-3 against San Diego, 5-1 here at Veterans Stadium. Christensen stretches. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul might be playable. It is. Schmidt is there, squeezes it. So Christensen gets a big out there as Turner fouls out to Mike Schmidt. 2 down. That'll bring on Dave Winfield, who singled his first time up. Winfield singled with Padre runners at first and second and 1 out. Jerry Martin making a strong throw to the plate to Bob Boone, who had to short out the ball. Made a great tag to get Gene Richards trying to score. Richards is at third with 2 down. Wind up by Christensen, and the pitch to Winfield is low for a ball. Winfield led San Diego in just about every offensive category last year. Gains, at-bats, runs, hits, doubles, homers, RBI. Pitch to him is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Set a club record for most games. He appeared in 157 games. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him. Swing and a nubbing ground ball to Richie Hebner. Hebner makes the unassisted put out, and Christensen gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And we move to the bottom half of the third inning. It's Phillies 0, San Diego 0. A luxury car ought to give you your money's worth of luxury. It ought to be big enough for you to stretch out in and have a smooth and easy ride. Chrysler Cordova gives you all that and more. You not only get options like Corinthian leather, but 5 different roof styles, not to mention that great Chrysler engineering. With standard features like the lean burn engine that gives you better performance. Chrysler Cordova, the ultimate personal luxury car. See it at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer and get your money's worth.
Cotman Transmission presents the history of the automatic transmission. The first mass-produced automatic transmission appeared in 1941, and gradually the country went shiftless. Then came Ultramatic, Turboglide, Cruisematic, Dynaflow, Flight Pitch, Torque Flight, and Roto-Hydromatic. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Trouble was expensive and time-consuming. Then along came Cotman, who devised the system, invented the method, and smoothed the tune about automatic transmission repair at a fraction of its cost. And in half the time. The Cotman math. Transmissions keep on shifting. Cotman. We fix transmissions because we know how.
For the leaders in preventive maintenance, check your local yellow pages for the Cotton Man near you.
Bob Boone leads off for the Phillies, bottom half of the third inning. Boone hitting .281. He's hit 2 homers, knocked in 7 runs. At Pittsburgh, at the end of 1, San Francisco 2 to Buccos 2. All the runs coming on homers. Solo homers for San Francisco by Bill Madlock and Jack Clark. Dave Parker hit a 2-run homer for the Pirates, his 5th of the year. Pitch to Boone is lowered inside for a ball. So 2 pretty good pitchers are giving up the long ball. John Montefusco and John Candelaria. 1-0 pitch to Boone is a curveball that's high, and it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Boone. Fastball high, 3-0. Owchinko has had a little bit of control problem coming into the game. He had pitched 18 innings, struck out 7, but he had walked 12. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Boone, taking all the way. It's a low ball 4. He walked him. Second walk given up by Owchinko. That'll bring up Davy Johnson, who came in when Ted Sizemore had to be taken out of the ball game when he was injured. Johnson off to a very slow start. 1 hit and 23 at bats. He's batting .043. Boone at first base, nobody out. 0-0 ball game, third inning. There's Owchinko's pitch to Johnson. Very high fly ball, shallow center field. Ozzie Smith going out, coming in as Hendrick, and Hendrick makes the catch. So Johnson is out, 1 down. That'll bring on Larry Christenson. Larry has been at bat 7 times. He has 3 hits, 1 of them a home run, hitting .429. He has knocked in 4 runs. Gene Tenace trots out to talk to Owchinko, just to remind him that the big blonde right-hand hitter can swing the bat. Boone at first base, 1 down. Here's a stretch by Owchinko, and the pitch to Christenson. Fastball bounded to third. Nice grab. Almon throws the second one. Relay double play. Good play by Bill Almon, giving to Chuck Baker in the relay and plenty of time to double up Christenson. So the Phillies are out in the third. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. After 3, Phil's nothing, Padres nothing.
The game continues at the beginning of side 2 after a short delay.
Plymouth Arrow gets great mileage. 39 on the highway, 29 in the city, and has a low sticker price. $38.41, excluding taxes and destination charges. And features like reclining buckets, tinted glass, and fold-down rear seat. So when you get a Plymouth Arrow, you get your money's worth. The mileage is an EPA estimate for a manual transmission Arrow with 1.6-liter engine. Your mileage may differ. Plymouth Arrow's great mileage, price, and features give you your money's worth. See it today at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Gary, I feel like a salad. Let's go to Gino's.
Salad at Gino's?
Sure, you make it yourself.
It is that kind of thing.
Yep, Gino's Salad Bar. All the crisp, fresh, delicious salad you can eat. Salad created by the world's greatest salad chef, you. Gino's Salad Bar has all sorts of greens, tomatoes, chickpeas, croutons, bacon bits, and 6 different dressings. So come on, come to Gino's and feel good.
Hey, I'm feeling good.
George Hendrick to lead off for San Diego, 4th inning. Let's check the Major League scoreboard for you. At the end of 3.5 from Atlanta, the Braves lead Chicago 3-0. Jamie Easterly for Atlanta, Ray Burris for the Cubs. 1-0 Cincinnati over New York after 2. Fred Norman against Jerry Koosman. They're in the third at Pittsburgh now. The Giants 2 and the Pirates 2. Dodgers in St. Louis just starting. Rick Rhoden against Bob Forsch. Nothing to report on that. Milwaukee has scored 2 runs in the first at Kansas City to take a 2-0 lead over the Royals. Larry Sorensen against Steve Busby in that one. New York, nothing in the first against Minnesota. Ed Figueroa against Paul Thormetzgaard. Baltimore at Chicago will have Dennis Martinez against Steve Stone. The pitch to Hendrick is high for a ball. Boston at Texas just underway. Boston failed in the first. Luis Tiant against Jim Umbarger. 1-0 pitch to Hendrick. Swing and a ground ball to third. Mike Schmidt has it on a big hop and throws, and Hendrick is out 1 down. I'll bring up Gene Tenace, the catcher, who grounded out to the mound his first time up. Tenace got a lot of walks last year, 125 of them to set an all-time Padres club record. Of course, the big year for this man was 1972 when he was the hero of the World Series as he hit .348 in the series with 4 homers for Oakland. Pitch to Tenace is over for a strike call. Christenson's 1-strike pitch is a little bit inside for a ball. It's 1-1. 0-0 ball game, 4th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tenace takes low, and it's 2-1. Jim Lomborg against Dave Freisleben tomorrow night. All youngsters 14 and under getting a Phillies batting glove autographed by Garry Maddox. Sunday, Randy Lurch and Randy Jones. 2-1 pitch. On the inside corner for a called strike. It's 2-2 to Tenace. Batting gloves autographed by Greg Luzinski to be given out on Sunday afternoon. The 2-2 pitch to Tenace. Change that just misses, and it's a full count. Here's Christenson's 3-2 pitch. Fastball, pop foul out of play. Base 3-2 to Tenace. Phillies have the best winning percentage of any Eastern Division team against the West last year. .639 percentage. 3-2 pitch, another foul ball out of play. Remains 3-2 to Gene Tenace with 1 out and no base runners. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, struck him out. Fastball on the inside corner. Tenace is called out on strikes. Tenace arguing with plate umpire Terry Tata. The 3rd strikeout for Christenson, 2 down in the 4th. I'll bring on Bill Almon, the 3rd baseman. He walked his first time up. Almon hit .261 for the Padres last year, playing at shortstop. He was moved to 3rd this year with the appearance of Ozzie Smith. Pitched to him as a called strike. Christenson's 1-strike pitch is a breaking ball low, and it's 1-1 to Bill Almon. 2 outs, nobody on base in the 4th. One pitch, swing, and a foul ball in and out of the glove of Bob Boone. A ball and 2 strikes to Almon. Christenson's 1-1, lost 1, an ERA of 2.14. Had 3 strong starts. One-two pitch. Inside, nearly hit him. 2-2 the count to Bill Almon. Christenson winds. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a drive into left center field. Luzinski racing over, and he can't quite hang on. It's off his glove, picked up by Maddox. Almon goes into second base with a stand-up double. Good effort by the Bull, who at full speed stretched out and got the ball just in the tip of his glove and couldn't hang on. A double for Almon, hit number 5 off Christenson. That'll bring on Chuck Baker, the second baseman. Baker struck out his first time up. Baker, 25 years old. Little right-hand batter. stretched by Christenson, and the pitch to Baker is a breaking ball that just misses it outside for a ball, 1-0. Ted Sizemore has injured the back of his left hand. He is en route to Methodist Hospital for x-rays, and we certainly hope that there's no break or fracture of any kind. The report on Sizemore is he has injured the back of his left hand. Almon at second base. 2-0 count to Baker. A little bouncing foul down the third base side to Don Williams, the third base coach. 2-1 the count to Chuck Baker. Padres with some new names and faces in 1978. This fellow, one of them, Baker, and their shortstop, Ozzie Smith. Christenson stretches the 2-1 pitch. Over for a strike called. It's 2-2 to Baker. Baker played in Hawaii last year where he hit .243. Christenson has a sign from Boone. Here's the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a miss. He struck him out. Got him with high heat. Baker goes down swinging. 4 strikeouts for Christenson. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. And at the end of 3 1/2, the score remains Phillies 0, Padres 0. Now it's time for a tasty break.
When it comes to the Phillies, everyone has a favorite player. And when it comes to tasty cake, everybody has their favorite. Like cream-filled vanilla crimpies, cream-filled chocolate crimpies, peanut butter and jelly crimpies. Tempting, fresh-baked cake that comes individually wrapped or by the family pack full. Tasty cake crimpies. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty cake is a world of fun. All the best things wrapped up in one.
There's a demanding cat around. He's at your Lincoln Mercury dealers, and he wants these dealers to sell every Mercury in stock. Every one. That means you have a great chance to get into any one of his fine cars right now. From the full-size Mercury Marquis, right through his Cougars, Zephyrs, Monarchs, and Bobcats. They're all up for grabs right now. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer quick, because that cat means business. At the sign of the cat.
You know, with the purchase of selected General Electric major appliances, General Electric is giving away a U.S. savings bond.
Bonds away!
That's from now until May 31st.
You know, gentlemen prefer bonds.
You can get a great General Electric major appliance and use the savings bond to help finance a trip. Bon voyage. Or use the bond to buy something great.
Like chocolate-covered bonbons?
So see your GE dealer today.
Bonsai!
Home Appliance Center, 95 East Lancaster Avenue in Paoli. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Baseball Network.
At 9:01, this is KYW Philadelphia. AccuWeather says it'll be clear and cool tonight with diminishing winds, the low 42. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, the high 74. 60 degrees and clear at Independence Mall.
Jerry Martin leading off for the Phillies here in the 4th. He skied out to left his first time up. 0-0 ball game, bottom of the 4th. Bob Owchinko, 23-year-old left-hander, delivers to Martin. The fastball is over for a strike call. One strike to Jerry Martin. Owchinko's next pitch, swing and a foul back out of play, and he's in front of him, 0-2. Owchinko has won 1 and lost 1. Low earned run mark of 2.00. His last outing against Atlanta, he pitched 6 2/3 innings, a shutout ball. 2-strike pitch. Another fastball is outside. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Jerry Martin. Owchinko's 1-2 pitch. Slider is low and inside. It's 2-2. Jim Lomborg for the Phillies tomorrow night against Dave Freisleben. On Sunday, Randy Lurch and Randy Jones. There's the 2-2 pitch to Martin. Fastball pop foul out of play. Stays 2-2 to Jerry. Now the Phillies have a terrific offer for all women. On Sunday, May 14th, the Phillies will be playing Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, George Foster, John Bench, and all the Cincinnati Reds. As an added attraction, all women will receive a free canvas Phillies tote bag that is perfect for many occasions. That's a free Phillies canvas tote bag for all women on Sunday, May 14th. Phil's in Cincinnati. Game time 1:35. 2-2 the count to Jerry Martin, leading off the Phillies fourth. 2-2 pitch is high, a curveball. 3-2 to Martin. Full count to Martin, and we followed by Larry Bowa. The 3-2 pitch to Jerry, swinging a high bounding ball over the head of Bill Almon and into left field for a hit. Martin takes the big turn at first and holds there. A high bounder. And Almon tried to leap up and spear, and it went over his glove. The Phillies' first hit off Bob Owchinko.
I believe Almon may have also lost that ball in those lights. You can, on a high hopper, the ball can get up in the lights, and an infielder can lose it the way they do in the outfield.
I'll bring on Larry Bowa. Martin at first base and nobody out. The pitch to Bowa. Swing and a ground ball. Shortstop might be 2 to Baker 1. Relay turned the double play. So Bowa grounds into a twin killing. Smith to Baker to Gene Richards. 2 outs and nobody on base, and that'll bring up Mike Schmidt.
Phillies have had 3 base runners, 2 walks and a single. They've all been wiped out on the double plays.
Hits into a rare double play. 2 outs, and that'll bring on Mike Schmidt. Larry batting right around 266, but he's hitting 350 left-handed. Bowa's had trouble right-handed. Came into this game hitting only 130 right-handed. Schmidt flied out to deep right center field his first time up, tracked down at the warning track by George Hendrick. Schmidt coming into the ball game is the second leading hitter in the National League behind Jeff Burroughs of Atlanta. Mike right now hitting 377. Pitch to him is high for a ball. Schmidt is third in the league and runs batted in behind Rick Monday and Joe Morgan. Mike with 15 RBI. 1-0 pitch to Schmidt. Slow, ball 2, 2-0. Owchinko's 2-0 pitch. Curveball is over for a strike called. It's 2-1 to Schmidt.
They're really not giving Schmidt the fastball to hit. He hit a changeup deep center his first time up. Owchinko throwing them all curveballs here.
2-1 to Mike. 2 outs and no base runners. The 2-1 pitch. Another breaking ball is low, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to Schmidt. Greg Luzinski waiting on deck. Owchinko's best outing was last year against the Dodgers. He 2-hit them, and the first hit for Los Angeles was a bunt single by Steve Garvey in the 8th inning. 3-1 pitch. Another breaking ball is over for a strike call. Full count to Mike Schmidt. And he probably will not see a fastball here either. All 5 pitches have been breaking balls. 3-2 pitch. Fastball, and he fouled it back and out of play. Owchinko tried to sneak one by him. Mike fouled it off down the first base side. 3-2 pitch again. Swing and a foul straight back. It remains 3-2. Dodgers got 3 runs in the first inning at St. Louis off Bob Forsch. Rick Rhoden going for Los Angeles. St. Louis batting bottom of the first and trailing 3-0. Montreal leads Houston 2-0 after 1. That's Ross Grimsley against Joe Niekro. 3-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout for Owchinko. Schmidt goes down swinging. No runs, a hit, no errors, and none left. And after 4, it's Phillies 0, Padres 0. 2 years ago, Plymouth introduced the most successful car in its history, Polaris. Today, we've got it in 3 styles that all give you your money's worth. the Slant 6 Coupe that gets better mileage than any six-cylinder automatic built in America. The sedan that's roomiest in its class. And the wagon that's become the #1 selling wagon in America over the past 2 years. Coupe, sedan, or wagon. Volare gives you your money's worth. See it today at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
I love the storm, but the easy old summer and the thrill that it's long departed. It's no disgrace going back to the place where the fun and the change was started. And so it's time to go to the next king. We'll sing the song we used to sing. Every song we sing, you'll be my party song. You'll be my teenage queen. I'm gonna hold your hand. And so it's time to go to the king and sing the song we used to sing. And sing the song.
Fifth inning baseball, here's Rich Ashburn.
Okay, Harry, pitcher Bob Owchinko, the batter, takes a pitch low for a ball. He struck out his first time up. It'll be Owchinko, Richards, and Smith here in the fifth. Here's a called strike. Ball one, strike one to Owchinko, who bats left-handed. Still looking for his first hit on the season. He's 0 for 7. Here's a line drive left field. It's a foul ball, just foul. Just missed the chalk line in left field. Ball one, strike two to Owchinko, who had rounded first but has to come back. Happy 25th birthday to Maggie Foyle. 25 years old yesterday. Ball one, strike two to Owchinko. No score here in the fifth inning. Here's a pitch low and inside, 2-2 the count. Christenson has been in some trouble in a couple of innings, but has been able to pitch out of it. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball, left field. Luzinski going back. It looks like it's over his head. It is. A one bouncer off the wall. Owchinko's into second with a stand-up double. Luzinski playing Owchinko very shallow. And Owchinko getting his first hit of the season. A double over Greg's head in left field. So Owchinko's on second. Nobody out. And the batter's the leadoff hitter, Gene Richards, who's already 2 for 2, 2 singles. Richards has raised his average to 196. He was hitting only 167 at the start of the game. He'll be trying to move the base runner. And now Gene Richards and third base coach Don Williams having a conference. Christenson has given up 6 base hits. The Phillies only have one, a single by Jerry Martin. Christenson getting his sign from Bob Boone. Checks the runner, the pitch. Fastball is over for a called strike. Phillies play Richards almost like a left-hand batter or a right-hand batter. Richards really chokes up on the bat. Pitch to him, bunted towards the mound. Christenson grabs it, flips to first. Richards is out on the sacrifice bunt as Owchinko moves to third base with one away. And the batter will be the shortstop, Ozzie Smith, who has a single and a sacrifice bunt. He's 1 for 1, batting .269. The Phillies are going to bring their infield up tight again. So Christenson in a little fifth inning trouble here. Infield up close. Christenson out of the stretch. The pitch. Line foul and out of play on the left side. Strike one on Ozzie Smith. Smith isn't a very big guy. He's 5'8", 150-some pounds. One strike pitch by Christenson. Smith fouls it off. Fooled on a let-up pitch. So Christenson ahead in the count, 0-2. Phillies will play the Padres again tomorrow night. Game time 7:35, a 1:35 start on Sunday. Two-strike pitch. Pop foul, out of play over the Phillies, or over the San Diego dugout. Count stays at 2 strikes on Smith. Infield up tight, trying to cut off a run. Owchinko leads off third. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. Good fastball, and Larry Christenson catches Smith looking. Christenson has picked up that strikeout tonight when he's needed it. That's 2 away, and the batter is left fielder Garry Turner, who's flied out twice. 0 for 2, batting 160. The infield goes back at normal depth, and Christenson will pitch out of a windup. First pitch to Garry Turner. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Big cut, no contact. Strike 1 on Turner. Turner's a left-hand batter. Crowds the plate right down on the end of the bat. Pitch to him. Fouled back. Strike 2. 2 strikes on Garry Turner. Owchinko led off this inning with a double. Was sacrificed to third. He's still there with 2 outs. Cincinnati won, the Mets nothing. They're in the third. Pittsburgh has gone ahead of the Giants 3-2 in the fourth. Pitch to Turner, just missed outside, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Christensen throwing fastball, slider, and changeup tonight. Ready with a 1-2 pitch. Turner takes it low. Good block by Bob Boone, and the count is even up at 2-2. Dodgers scored 3 runs in the first inning against the Cardinals. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out on a let-up pitch. Christensen pitches out of trouble here in the 5th, getting his 6th strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. Phillies batting in the home 5th. No score.
Time was, station wagons only came in one size, big. And if you wanted good mileage, you were out of luck. Well, Larry gives you your money's worth of room and mileage of 25 on the highway, 18 in the city. That's an EPA estimate for a wagon with 225, 1-barrel engine, and manual transmission. Your mileage may differ. It also has the high resale value you're looking for. No wonder Valari's been the #1 selling wagon in America over the past 2 years. It gives you your money's worth when you buy and when you sell. See it today at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Ryan's 16 card and gift shops have gifts galore for every member of the family. Boy or girl, mom or dad, grandparents, an uncle or an aunt. And all gifts wrapped free at Warren's, where shopping is a pleasure. Has a complete line of Hallmark cards, Hummel figurines, Monet costume jewelry, a wide assortment of copper, brass, and fine wood products. We have a trinket or a treasure for anyone at the wonderful world of wine. Visit our Warren's card and gift shop in the Manila Shopping Center.
Batting here in the bottom of the 5th against the left-hander Bob Owchinko. Owchinko's only given up 1 base hit so far, a single to Jerry Martin. No score in the game. A belated happy birthday to Mrs. Ada Johnson in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. She was 90 years old on Sunday, April 9th. Greg Luzinski, the batter. Greg flied out to deep left his first time up. Luzinski batting .314. Owchinko's first pitch is outside, ball 1. It'll be Luzinski, Hebner, and Maddox, the first 3 batters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No score in the ball game. Luzinski takes low and inside, ball 2. Luzinski loves to hit in the hot weather, and this isn't hot weather exactly tonight, but it's much better than it has been. 2-0 pitch to Greg is a curveball over for a called strike. 2-1 the count to the Bull. Owchinko winds the pitch, swing, and a foul ball back to the screen. 2-2 the count. Owchinko has given up 1 hit, walked twice, walked 2. All 3 of those base runners he raced on double plays. So far, Owchinko has only faced the regulation amount of batters. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Owchinko, and Luzinski strikes out. Second strikeout for Owchinko, and Richie Hebner will bat. Hebner walked his first time up. Hebner batting .257 as he steps in. Owchinko's first pitch to Hebner. Fastball, foul ball right above our heads here. Strike 1 on Hebner. And right back with a pitch. The curveball misses outside. One pitch. Curveball is over. Hebner ducked out of the way. The ball broke right over the plate. Ball 1, strike 2 to Hebner. Owchinko's pitch. Swing and a miss, and Hebner strikes out. 3 strikeouts now for Owchinko, and those 3 strikeouts have been consecutive. Schmidt struck out the end of the 4th inning, and now Luzinski and Hebner to start off the bottom of the 5th. The batter's Garry Maddox, who actually flied into a double play his first time up. Hebner, or Maddox, 0 for 1, batting .296. 2 outs and nobody on base. Owchinko's pitch, changeup, grounded towards third. Almon takes it. It's a foul ball. Just bounced foul. So Maddox, who ran the ball out, will come back with a strike on him. Cincinnati 2, the Mets nothing now at the end of 3. George Foster and Dave Concepcion have hit Cincinnati home runs. Eddie Norman and Jerry Koosman, the pitchers in that game. Strike 1 on Maddox. Owchinko's pitch, way high and outside, and the count is 1-1 to Gary Lee. No score in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way, long drive, left field, fair foul. It is a foul ball. That would have been extra bases, but Maddox just pulled it foul. Ball 1, strike 2 to Maddox. Yankees have scored a couple of runs against Minnesota. Yanks lead 2-0 in the 2nd inning. White Sox 1-0 over Baltimore after 1 inning. Milwaukee 5, Kansas City 0 there in the 2nd inning. Boston and Texas scoreless after 2. 1-2 pitch, ground ball to the third baseman Almon. He grabs it, fires the first, and Maddox is out, and the Phillies go down in order. At the end of 5 full innings, it's San Diego 0, the Phillies 0, and now it's time for a tasty break.
Hi, Sam here with the Tasty Cake Baseball Battler. In 1925, Rogers Hornsby won the National League batting title for the 6th consecutive year. Since then, only one player has won the title more than 3 years in a row. Can you name him? Well, while you toss that around, here's something to consider when you're in the mood for a really deliciously different kind of cupcake. New Tasty Cake apple-filled crumb cakes. Fresh baked spice cake cupcakes filled with real apple jelly, topped with a luscious layer of buttery crumb. They're sure to take the edge off any appetite, morning, noon, or night. And now here's the answer to our battler. Rod Carew won the American League batting title not 3, but 4 times in a row. In 1972, 3, 4, and 5. In 1976, he lost it, but came back again to win it with flying colors last year with a 388 average. Baseball and Tasty Cake. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
Now these stories are making news in the KYW newsroom. Pennsylvania Superior Court has reversed the convictions of 7 men in connection with the 1972 rioting at an Alamos construction site. A Clayton, Delaware man has been sentenced to die by hanging for the rape, murder, robbery of a 92-year-old woman. Social Security recipients will be getting a 6.5% cost of living increase in checks beginning in July. Former Congressman Otto Passman has been indicted for failing to report his full income in 1972 and 73. Now back to the Phillies San Diego ball game.
Nothing but goose eggs on the scoreboard as we move into the top of the 6th. Dave Winfield will lead off for San Diego. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Batting .303, it'll be Winfield, Hendrick, and Tenace to face Larry Christenson. Christenson has been in trouble, but he's been able to get out of it so far. Owchinko of the Padres has not been in any trouble at all. First pitch to Dave Winfield. Long drive, left field. Luzinski going back, still going to the wall. It is out of here, a home run. Ball just cleared the left field fence. Winfield, with his 5th home run of the year, has put the Padres ahead 1-0. Christensen got a breaking ball up high, and Dave Winfield drove it out of the ballpark. Looked like Luzinski might have a shot at it, but it just cleared the left field fence into the San Diego bullpen. So the Padres, with 1 swing of the bat by Dave Winfield, have gone ahead 1-0. Here's George Hendrick. Pitch to him is low, ball 1. Hendrick is 0 for 2. Popped out and grounded out. He's hitting .220. Christensen's pitch misses again. 2-0 the count. Hendrick, right-hand batter, closed stance, takes a called strike. Ball 2 and a strike to George Hendrick. 2-1 pitch, missed outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. And the 3-1 delivery. Long drive, left field. This will leave the ballpark by a mile. No doubt about this one. Way up in the left field bleachers, George Hendrick, with his 2nd home run of the season, has put the Padres ahead 2-0. Back-to-back home runs by Dave Winfield and George Hendrick, and the Padres lead it 2-0. Winfield's, we didn't know would go out of the ballpark, but there was no doubt about the one that George Hendrick hit. That was way out. Here's Gene Tenace, 0 for 2 in the night. Grounds 1 foul past third, strike 1 on Tenace. Tenace batting at an even .200. So the Padres have gone to a home run. Tenace fouls a pitch back, strike 2. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. And the Phillies are starting action in the bullpen. Warren Brewster throwing now. Pitch to Tenace is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And right back with a pitch, ground ball to third. Good play by Mike Schmidt. Across the diamond to Hebner, and Tenace is out by a step. Schmidt had to fight that ball off a little bit, but he made the play. 1 down, and the batter will be 3rd baseman Bill Almon. Almon has walked and doubled. He's 1 for 1. Almon now batting .344. Christensen winds a pitch. Almon takes outside, ball 1. Bill Almon off to a good start for San Diego. Here's a call strike on the fastball. 1-1 the count. Up to Almon. He's a right-hand batter. Close stance. Bats out of a crouch. Swing and a miss. Christensen ahead in the count. 1-2. Dodgers 3, Cardinals nothing. They're in the third. Pitch in the way is fouled back. Montreal 4, Houston nothing. They're in the third. Giants and Pirates still tied 2-2 in the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch, just miss. 2-2 the count to Bill Almon. Padres 2, Phillies nothing. Back-to-back homers by Dave Winfield and George Hendrick here in the top of the 6th. Almon checks his swing, and he's called out on strikes. Almon unhappy with a call by Terry Tata. Christenson with his 7th strikeout. There are 2 away, and we'll pause for station identification on the Phillies Baseball Network.
At 9:30, this is KYW Philadelphia. AccuWeather calls for a clear, cool night with diminishing winds, the low 42. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, the high 74. 60 degrees and clear at Independence Mall.
Chuck Baker, the batter, swings and misses at the first pitch. He has been up twice and struck out twice. Baker batting .333. Baker takes low. A correction on the Giant Pirate score. The Pirates are leading in that game 3-2 at the end of 4 innings. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Baker. Pop foul behind home plate. Boone coming back. Can't get it. Ball wasn't hit high enough to catch. It stayed in play on the field, but it was far enough away so Boone couldn't catch up to it. Ball 1, strike 2 the count. Christenson has been throwing his fastball right by this Chuck Baker. Baker's a little guy, right-hand batter, chokes up in the bat a little bit. Pitch to him is a called strike 3. Christenson gets his 8th strikeout to retire the side, but San Diego with 2 runs on the home runs, 2 hits, nobody left on. Phillies batting in the home 6th. They trail 2-0.
Plymouth Arrow gets great mileage, 39 on the highway, 29 in the city, and has a low sticker price, $38.41, excluding taxes and destination charges, and features like reclining buckets, tinted glass, and fold-down rear seats. So when you get a Plymouth Arrow, you get your money's worth. The mileage is an EPA estimate for a manual transmission Arrow with 1.6-liter engine. Your mileage may differ. Plymouth Arrow's great mileage, price, and features give you your money's worth. See it today at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. When you paint this year, select the paint that lasts longer. MAB Seashore House Paint. It gives you more years per gallon. In fact, it's the best paint you can buy. That's because MAB Seashore House Paint was especially designed for the harsh, rugged weather conditions on the shore, like wind, rain, sun, and especially salt air. So when it comes to painting your home, inside or out, think of MAB in the more than 300 MAB paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers. Bank AmeriCard and Master Charge accepted.
Only at Acme Super Saver can you get famous Lancaster brand meats. The meat you buy with confidence and serve with pride. Over the years, Lancaster brand has earned a well-deserved reputation for consistent quality and fine taste. This week, try a tender, juicy Lancaster brand underblade top roast. You'll find there's more to like than just the price when you serve Lancaster brand meats. Sold only at Acme Super Saver.
At Acme Super Saver, serving you with our policy and my pleasure. Bob Boone will lead it off here in the 6th. The Phillies trail 2-0. Boone walked his first time up. Takes the first pitch over for a called strike. It'll be Boone, Davy Johnson, and Larry Christenson due to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Phils only have 1 hit, a single by Jerry Martin. Boone takes the curveball outside, and the count is 1-1. Owchinko has struck out 3 and walked a couple. Boone takes outside, ball 2 and a strike. Now Ron Reed is throwing in the Phillies bullpen. 2-1 pitch by the left-hander. Called strike. Good fastball through there. And the count is 2-2. Phillies really haven't hit many balls hard. Schmidt hit a ball to deep right center field his first time up. Even Martin's base hit was a high bouncer that bounced over the third baseman's head. Boone takes high and outside, and the count is 3-2. Glenn Luzinski hit a ball to deep left that was caught. Outside of that, not too much wood on the ball. 3-2 pitch. Looper, shallow right field. Baker going back, makes the play over his shoulder. Nice running catch by second baseman Chuck Baker. And there's one away. Davy Johnson, the batter. Johnson flied out to center field his first time up. Davy's really off to a slow start. Hitting .042. He has one hit in the season, and that was a bunt. Pitch to Johnson is a little bit high. Ball one. Padres lead 2-0. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Johnson takes outside. Ball two. Barry Foote has come out in the on-deck circle to hit for Larry Christenson. Christenson hasn't pitched badly, but Owchinko has pitched better. Johnson takes a called strike. Braves still lead the Cubs 3-1 at the end of six. Cincinnati 4 now. The Mets nothing. They're in the fifth inning. Johnson takes low. Ball three. Ball three and a strike to Davy Johnson. Owchinko winds the 3-1 pitch. Johnson, ground ball, third base, bounced off Almon. Took kind of a bad hop, and Almon couldn't make the play, and Davy Johnson's going to be credited with a single. It's only the second Phillies hit. Almon got his body in front of the ball, but I don't think it hit any leather at all. It hit his body and bounced up in the air, and he couldn't make the play. Took kind of a crazy hop on him. So Johnson's on first, one out, and the batter is Barry Foote. Barry Foote looking for his first hit in the season. Well, that's not right. He's 1 for 3 on the season. He's hitting .333. Johnson leads off first, one out. Foote batting for Christenson. Curveball is over, called strike. Ron Reed will be the next Phillies pitcher. Owchinko out of the stretch. The pitch, curveball, misses inside. Ball one, strike one to Foote. Phillies trying to get something going here in the bottom of the sixth inning. They trail 2-0. Foote, ground ball, base hit to left field. Turner up for the ball, and Foote gets a single right in the hole between third and short. Johnson stopping at second. Foote's on first, one down. And the batter is Jerry Martin. Martin is 1 for 2 with a single. Phillies now have 3 hits off Owchinko. Davy Johnson, the runner at second. Barry Foote at first. One down. Martin, the batter, hitting .235. And the Padres bullpen is stirring for the first time tonight. It's like Raleigh fingers. Owchinko checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Martin, fly ball, deep left field. Home run! Oh, boy, a home run for Garry Martin. The 3-run homer. And the Phillies lead it 3-2 as Johnson scores. Foote scores, and Garry Martin with his first home run of the season. His 4th, 5th, and 6th runs batted in. And he puts the Phils ahead 3-2. Belted it against the tarp in left center field. Garry Martin with one swing of the bat has put the Phils ahead. All the scoring here in the sixth, all accounted for on the home runs. Here's Larry Bowa, 0 for 2, batting .262. Pitch to Bowa, line drive at third baseman Bill Almon, and he grabbed it. Bowa hit it hard, but he's out on one pitch. 2 outs, and the batter will be Mike Schmidt. The Padres in the top of the inning. Back-to-back home runs by Dave Winfield, George Hendrick. The Phillies in the bottom of the 6th, singles by Davy Johnson, Barry Foote, and a 3-run homer by Jerry Martin. The batter's Mike Schmidt. Schmidt has flied to deep center and struck out. He's 0 for 2, batting .371. 2 outs and nobody on. Pitch to Schmidt. Check swing, and the curveball is a little high. Ball 1. Well, Larry Christenson could win this game if the Phils can stay ahead now. Ball 1 to Schmidt. Owchinko winds a pitch. Schmidt, ground ball, hit hard to short. Grabbed by Smith, over to first, and Schmidt is out by a step. Schmidt hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. But the Phillies got 3 runs, 3 hits, nobody left on at the end of 6 full innings. It's the Phils 3, the Padres 2.
Our love is strong, but we need the old song, and the thrill that is long departed. It's no quick going back to the flick, where the fun and the chase was started. And so we laugh and joke tonight, share the hope tonight, like we rock and roll king. We'll sing a song we used to sing. When you sing a song, we'll sing a song.
I used to think of the George machine at Girard Bank as my own private money game. If I forgot to go to the bank or needed cash on a weekend, there he was. Proceed to go and collect $200. Man, I owned that withdrawal button. You know what I mean? And then I looked at all the buttons. Wow. Checking, savings, deposits, loans, transfers, balances. I got a whole bank right here. Now I do my everyday banking with George. I push the buttons, and I run the bank.
George lets you be the banker. Girard Bank. We're there when you need us.
We're in the 7th inning. The Phils leading 3-2. Andy Musser coming in here for the play-by-play, and Ron Reed, the new pitcher. Andy.
Thank you, Rich. Reed is appearing tonight in his 5th game of the year. He has no record yet, but he has a 3.00 earned run average in 6 1/3 innings of work. So Ron Reed will try to preserve it for Larry Christenson, who left the ball game trailing 2-0. But because the Phillies got the 3 runs before he was officially out of the ball game, that is to say in his half of the Phillies inning, he stands to be the winner. Now the Padres are making a change, and they're going to send the pinch hitter up for their pitcher, Bob Owchinko, and it's going to be ex-Phil Oscar Gamble to pinch hit. Well, the Phillies are offering you fans a tremendous collection of souvenir items that include youth uniforms, jerseys, warm-up jackets, sweaters, golf shirts, jewelry, and many other items. These items are available over the counter or through the mail from Phillies World at 6 Smith Sporting Goods at 7554 Frankfurt Avenue in Northeast Philadelphia. All available products are on display at 6 Smith's or in a special display here at the vet on the 200 level behind home plate. Mail order forms are available at 6 Smith's, the Veterans Stadium display area, and in the Phillies yearbook, daily programs, and the fanograms. Here's Oscar Gamble. He's a left-handed batter, hitting at .216. He was one of the free agents this offseason, and he got a pile of money. Left-handed batter. Reed into his windup. The pitch on the way to Gamble, who bats out of a crouch, and a fastball is outside, ball 1. Gamble got a 6-year contract for $2,850,000. Pitch on the way is pop foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gamble holds the distinction of having made the very last out at Connie Mack Stadium. Phillies ahead on the scoreboard for the first time. It's 3-2. Pitch to Gamble. Change up is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Oscar is with the Phillies for parts of 3 seasons. 1971, 72, make that 70, 71, and 72. Fastball low and inside. 3-1. Mark Lee and John D'Acquisto are warming up in the San Diego bullpen. Reed winds. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. We've got a full count. Christenson struck out 8 in this ball game before leaving, and that tied his career best. It's the 3rd time he has struck out 8 batters in a single game. 3-2 pitch to Gamble. Ground ball toward second. Long run for Johnson. Off his glove. It'll be a base hit. Gamble takes a big turn at first, but now decides to go back to the bag. Ball hit between Johnson and the bag at second. Davy with a long run, and the ball trickled off his glove. It'll be a base hit. So Gamble is at first, and Gene Richards will bat. Richards, officially 2 for 2 in the ball game, sacrificed his last time up, and the Phillies retired him at the plate in the first inning. This ball game remaining scoreless until last inning, when 5 runs were scored, all on home runs. Here's Richards, left-handed batter. Pitch on the way to him, fastball outside, ball 1. Richards batting 196. Reed has the sign from Boone. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-0. In one game last year, Richards had 6 hits. That was against Montreal, and that was the most for any player all season long in the National League last year. 2-0 pitch on the way to Richards. A slider is over for a strike, 2-1. Phillies lead it by a run, but the Padres have Gamble at first here in the 7th inning and nobody out. Reed stretches. Here's his pitch. Just outside. 3 balls and a strike to Richards. Reed ready to work. Here's the pitch. Line drive to left field. Luzinski retreating. He's there for the catch. Bull backpedaling to make the catch, and that's the first out of the inning. Richards hit it pretty hard, but right to the ball. 1 away. Gamble holds on at first, and here's Ozzie Smith, the switch-hitting shortstop. He's 1 for 2 with a sacrifice. Smith checking signs with third base coach Don Williams. Here's Reed's pitch. A fly ball, pop foul and out of play, third base side. 1 strike to Smith. Well, the Padres have hit fewer home runs here at Veterans Stadium than any visiting team over the years. And yet they laced 2 of them tonight, back-to-back in the 6th inning off Christenson. Winfield and Hendrick connecting with the bases empty. Low ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Smith. Tomorrow night it's Jim Lundborg for the Phillies, Dave Freisleben for San Diego. Pitch to Smith is a little looper behind short. Ball can't get it. It drops in for a base hit. Maddox shading over that way, plays it. Back to Mike Schmidt at third base, and that's a little looping single for Ozzie Smith. Gamble advancing to second base. Runners at first and second with 1 out. That's hit number 10 for San Diego. The Padres have out-hit the Phillies 10-4, but the Phillies lead it 3-2. The batter, Jerry Turner, left-handed batter. He's 0 for 3. And Big Dave Winfield on deck. The pitch to Turner on the outside corner, a strike call. The Padres have pulled off 3 double plays tonight. This would be a good spot for the Phillies to pick one up. There's a changeup outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Turner. Reed in his first inning of work behind starter Larry Christenson. Ron stretches in the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul to the screen, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Jerry Turner, left-handed batter. The Padres have men at first and second. Reed ready to go. Here's his pitch, and it hits him right on the helmet. He ducked into that ball, and it bounded right off the helmet. He's hit, and the Padres have the bases loaded, but he is not hurt.
Got him kind of a glancing blow. He kind of ducked into it. It was a high inside slider, I believe. Usually a hitter on that kind of a pitch will back off. A left-hand hitter will certainly. He didn't back off. He ducked into it.
So that loads him for San Diego, and here's Dave Winfield, who homered in his last at-bat. And he is the Padres' leading home run man and RBI producer as well. So Winfield bats with the bases loaded. Reed is going to work out of the stretch. Pitch on the way to Winfield. Fastball is low, ball one. Gene Garber is warming in the Phillies' right field bullpen. Winfield has 2 hits and 3 tries tonight to raise his average to .313. Pitch to the big right-handed batter. Catches the inside corner, a called strike. 1-1. Winfield is 6'6", 220 pounds. Bases loaded, 1 out for San Diego. Phil's lead at 3-2. The pitch to Winfield. Inside, 2-1. So Ryan Reed in a jam after Oscar Gamble, a pinch hitter, got an infield hit. Richards lined out, but Ozzie Smith dropped a single into left field, and then Turner hit. Reed stretches. The 2-1 pitch to Winfield. Swinging a ball chopped to shortstop. Over to second. There's one to first. Double play. Phillies get out of the bases loaded jam with a double play. For the Padres, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on base. And at the end of 6.5, the Phillies lead it 3-2.
Settling back with a long day behind you and a cold run in front of you. My man, that's the living. When you're there, oh, neither brush ain't good.
This is it, fans. Time for another Daily News home run payoff. And now you can win even more money because every hit pays off. A single pays $20 plus 4 tickets to a future game. A double pays $50 plus tickets, and a triple pays $100 plus tickets. And you can still win $1,000 for a home run and $5,000 for a grand slam. Use the entry coupon appearing every day in the Daily News. The more times you enter, the better your chances. And remember now, every hit pays off. Mark Lee, right-hander, is going to be the new pitcher for San Diego. Mark Lee was called up when Mickey Lolich was put on the disabled list. So Lee will be in pitching behind Bob Owchinko, who went the first 6 innings and gave up the 3-run home run to Jerry Martin that has the Phillies ahead on the board 3-2. Lee is appearing in his 3rd game for the Padres. He has worked 3 1/3 innings and has yet to give up any runs. He has given up only 2 hits. Greg Luzinski out to lead it off against Lee, and he'll be swinging away for Patty A. Hoff of Eagleville, Pennsylvania, in the Daily News home run payoff. Luzinski, Hebner, and Maddox to bat in the 7th inning. So the Phillies got a big double play to end that 7th, as the Padres had them loaded with only 1 down. Pitch on the way to the ball, inside, ball 1. 3 times tonight, the Padres had runners as far as 3rd base with 1 out, and they didn't score one of those runners. Lee winds, and the pitch to Luzinski, a changeup tapped back to the mound off the handle of the bat. Lee grabs it and throws him out. Luzinski taps out back to the mound, and we send 4 tickets to a future game to Patty Hoff of Eagleville, PA. 1 away, and here's Richie Hebner. He'll be batting for Nathan Swerdlow of Robbins in Philadelphia. Hebner officially 0 for 1 tonight. He walked, and he struck out. Padres have had 6 more hits than the Phillies, but they trail it 3-2. The right-hander into his windup, and the pitch is high, ball 1. Padres have a 10-man pitching staff. As you know, the Phillies are going with 9 men. Next pitch to Hebner is low. 2-0. Lee winds. Here's the 2-0 to Hebner. It's high and outside, ball 3. Young Mark Lee falls behind Hebner. 3 balls and no strikes. Richie in the Phillies starting lineup tonight, despite the fact San Diego started a left-hander. Here's the 3-0. It's over for a strike. Tomorrow night's game begins at 7:35. Jim Lonborg for the Phils and right-hander Dave Freisleben for San Diego. Here's Lee's 3-1 pitch to Hebner. Swing and a line drive, base hit to right field. Hard hit ball through on the right side for a single for Hebner, his first hit of the ball game. So that wins $20 for Nathan Swerdlow of Robbins in Philadelphia and 4 tickets to a future Philly game. Hit number 5 for the Phillies, and here's Garry Maddox. Maddox batting for Mark Powell-Wager of South Lansdowne Avenue in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. Garry is 0 for 2. He looped into a double play and grounded to third. Throw to first base, back in time is Hebner. Richie at first with 1 out. The Phillies lead the game 3-2. Padres won only 1 game here at Veterans Stadium last year. Lee makes another check throw to first. Hebner practically standing on the bag as he tosses it over that way. Lee stretches. Here's the pitch to Maddox. Big swing and a miss. 1 strike on Maddox. His average with the 0 for 2 night has fallen below 300 at 291 right now. Mark Lee appearing in only his 3rd Major League ball game. There's another check throw to first base. Hebner hardly taking any lead at all. And the crowd's starting to get on Lee a little bit because Hebner is not leaving the bag. Lee stretches. Here's his pitch to Maddox. Swing and a ball that gets away from catcher Tenace, and advancing to second base is Hebner. That'll be a pass ball on Tenace. Maddox missed the pitch in the count 0-2, but Tenace failed to hold it, and Hebner moved up to second base.
Throwing that a wild pitch. I don't know why. The ball wasn't in the dirt. I think Tenace may have been crossed up on the pitch. He is was talking to his pitcher, probably about the signs.
Hebner at second with 1 out. 0-2 the count on Garry Maddox. Lee is ready to work. Here's his pitch to Garry. Swing and a foul to the screen. Count holds at 0-2. Padres starter Bob Owchinko pitching a tremendous ball game until the Phillies' 6th inning, when the Phils got back-to-back hits by Johnson and Foote, and then the 3-run homer by Martin. One of the few balls they hit hard off Owchinko all night. The 0-2 to Maddox. Swing and a foul back to the screen again. So 5 runs on the scoreboard, and they have all scored as a result of home runs. 2 by the Padres and the home run by Martin. Lee at the belt. Here's his pitch to Maddox. Swing and a pop foul coming off the first base side. It's going out of play. got some bad news on Teddy Sizemore. He suffered fractures of the third and fourth metacarpals, and he'll be out 5 weeks. That's a bad blow for the Phillies. Ted spiked in this ball game at second base.
I guess that would mean the Phillies will probably bring up an infielder from the minor leagues.
Fastball to Maddox misses, and a ball and 2 strikes. And they say that Jim Morrison's playing good baseball for the Phillies at Oklahoma City. It could well be Morrison. Well, it's been a tough year for Sizemore. He's had the flu for about a week. His temperature didn't break until yesterday. And here he is injured tonight. The 1-2 pitch to Maddox. He fouls off another one. Cincinnati leads the Mets 4-1. They're in the 6th inning. The Pirates with a 3-2 lead over San Francisco. That game's in the 6th. The Dodgers 3-1 over St. Louis. They're in the 5th inning. In the 7th, the Cubs and the Braves are tied 3-all. Montreal leads Houston 4-1 in the 5th. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Garry Maddox. Garry hanging in there after Lee got ahead in the count, 0-2. The right-hander stretches. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball hit to shortstop, fielded by Smith. Throw to first in time for the out. Holding at second is Hebner. We pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Baseball Network.
At 10:01, this is KYW Philadelphia. AccuWeather says we'll be clear and cool tonight, diminishing winds below 42. Tomorrow, sunny and warm. It'll be 74. Clear and 59 degrees at Independence Mall.
And the batter is Bob Boone with 2 away, and Hebner at second base. Phillies lead at 3-2. Maddox, batting in the Daily News home run payoff, will win 4 tickets for Mark Bauwager of Lansdowne Avenue. Now Boone swinging away for Victoria Marriott of Philadelphia, and Boone takes outside and low, ball 1. Popped out the second and walked tonight. Lee stretches, and here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Two 2-0 the count to Boone. And the message has gone up on the scoreboard, or the message board in right center field. Ted Sizemore has a broken left hand, will be sidelined for 5 weeks. A ball top foul outside of third base. 2 balls and 1 strike to Boone. Swinging for Victoria Marriott of Finch Place in Philadelphia in our Daily News home run payoff. We've had one winner tonight, a $20 winner, Nathan Swerdlow of Philadelphia. The count to Boone. Lee checks Hebner at second. Here's the pitch to Bob. Swing and a foul back. 2-2. Randy Jones, who has been tough on the Phillies in recent years, not so much last year, but certainly the year before, will pitch here on Sunday afternoon against Randy Lurch. Sunday's ball game begins at 1:35, and again we will have batting gloves for the youngsters, both tomorrow night and again on Sunday afternoon. 2-2 to Boone. Lee's pitch, and it's a ground ball toward second. Fielded by Baker, goes to first in time, and the inning is over, and 4 tickets to a future game on their way to Victoria Marriott of Philadelphia. For the Phils in the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. At the end of 7, Phils lead the Padres 3-2, and now time for a tasty break.
Right now, Tasty Cake has something for you that should really put a smile on your face. It's savings of 15 cents or more on family packs of butterscotch, jelly, and lemon cream-filled crimpets, and a new apple-filled crumb cake. A brand new spice cake cupcake. You'll find these savings at your favorite store. Tasty Cake. It's all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty Cake is a world of fun. All the things wrapped up in one.
Hey, Pelican Man.
Have you ever stopped to consider how important water is to your home? Whether it's for the washer, bathtub, dishwasher, or for drinking, you want the best possible water, right? Well, that's where Culligan pulls through. Your local Culligan dealer will make a free, no-obligation water analysis of your household water. He'll recommend just the right Culligan water conditioner to meet your needs. Call on your local Culligan dealer. He's in the white pages under C. Why put up with water that smells or tastes bad? Call...
Hey, Culligan man.
A week from tonight, Friday, May 5th, will be college night here at the Vet. The Phillies will be hosting the New York Mets next Friday, and all college students will get a $1 off box and reserve seats. Prior to the game, the finalists from the Daily News Disco Contest will participate in the Phillies Disco Contest. Should be lots of fun. That's college night here a week from tonight. Phillies and the Mets and a $1 off box and reserve seats for all college students with game time 8:05. We go to the 8th. Here's Harry Callis.
All right, thank you, Eddie. George Hendrick leading off. He takes a strike called. Hendrick is 1 for 3. It was a home run. Ron Reed in his second inning in relief of Larry Christenson delivers a fastball low, and it's 1-1. Reed got out of a bases-loaded one-out jam in the 7th by getting Dave Winfield on a double-play ground ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Change, broken bat, line drive, speared by Mike Schmidt. The bat went all the way, the barrel of the bat, to third base, and the ball to Schmidt behind third. And he made the grab of a line drive, 1 out. I'll bring on Gene Tenace. Bud Harrelson has come in to play second base for the Phils, replacing Davey Johnson. Here's the pitch to Tenace, and it's low for a ball. Tenace is grounded out, struck out, and grounded out. Pitch on the way to Tenace is low again, ball 2. It's 2-0. Well, sad news on Ted Sizemore. Phillies second baseman out for at least 5 weeks. A couple of fractured metacarpal bones in his left hand. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Silver for a strike called. 2-1 to Gene Tenace. Phillies lead 3-2. We're in the 8th. 2-1 pitch. Swing a high ground ball to third. Mike Schmidt has it. His throw to first in plenty of time. Tenace is out. 2 down. I'll bring up the third baseman, Bill Almon. Almon has walked, doubled, and struck out. Montreal well up on Houston 6-1 in the 5th inning behind Ross Grimsley. Cardinals scored a run against the Dodgers in St. Louis. Dodgers still lead that one 3-1 in the 5th. There's a pitch on the way to Almon, and it's low for a ball. 1-0 to count to Bill Almon. 2 outs, no base runners. Reed's pitch on the way. Ground ball tapped to short. Bowa has it. He throws. Almon is out, and the Padres go down in order in the 8th. No runs hit, their errors, and none left. We move to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's Phil's 3, San Diego 2.
The cat is really on the prowl at your Lincoln Mercury dealers. He wants these dealers to sell every Mercury in stock. Every one. That includes the anniversary edition 4-door Mercury Marquis with its traditional full-size luxury and comfort, plus a special value package featuring a vinyl roof, luxury wheel covers, body side moldings, flight bench seat, and more. Right now, this special package is being offered by Lincoln Mercury to its dealers at a factory discount. So check out your local Lincoln Mercury dealer now. At the sign of the cat.
Shy away from Penn Jersey because we didn't carry a big name in tires. We've got the biggie, Goodyear. That's right. All Penn Jersey stores
now. At the sign of the cat.
If you used to shy away from Penn Jersey because we didn't carry a big name in tires, we've got the biggie, Goodyear. That's right. All Penn Jersey stores now stock Goodyear tires. We've got them in all sizes for all cars, and we can install them right away. So if you want Goodyear tires at low prices, come to a Penn Jersey auto store. And here's more good news.
Now you can get Goodyear's custom tread original equipment steel belted radio for less than $40 plus a $1.52 federal excise tax in size B7813.
I just saved myself a trip to the bank and a trip to the post office. I've got this new thing going with George Bank iPhone from Girard Bank. Just paid a month's worth of bills, did a whole pile of banking. I even gave myself a loan. Oh, sure. A few other banks have pay by phone, but Girard lets me pay and bank by phone. You know, it's almost like having a Girard Bank right here in my kitchen.
Ask for a demonstration of George Bank by phone at any Girard Bank office.
Bud Harrelson, who came in to play second base, will lead off for the Phillies here in the 8th inning. Bud's been at bat twice this year. He has 1 hit. Harrelson, a switch hitter, batting left against the right-hander, Mark Lee. Lee in his second inning and relief of starter Bob Owchinko. Here's a pitch to Harrelson. Takes one a little bit high for a ball, 1-0 to count to Bud. Harrelson will be followed by Ron Reed on the top of the order, Jerry Martin. The pitch to Harrelson, swinging a bouncing ball to second base. Chuck Baker has it and throws, and Harrelson is out, 1 down. That'll bring on pitcher Ron Reed. Reed's batting for the first time this year. Ron lifetime hitting 148. 1 out, nobody on base. Phillies got their 3 runs in the 6th, singles by Davey Johnson and by pinch hitter Barry Foote, and a 3-run homer off the bat of Jerry Martin. First pitch is inside to Reed, 1-0. Lee's 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Ball on the strike to count to Ron Reed. 1-1 pitch to Reed. Swing and a bouncing ball to short. Ozzie Smith juggles but recovers. Low throw and Reed safe at first base. Ozzie Smith juggled the ball, picked it up and tried to hurry his throw. The error on the shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
Smith made a great recovery of the ball after he got it on a short hop and it bounced off his chest. And still had plenty of time, but he threw it low. Roger Craig, the new San Diego manager, says Ozzie Smith is the best infielder he's ever seen. And Roger Craig has seen a lot of great infielders in that Dodger organization.
That'll bring on Jerry Martin. He's been the offensive hero and defensive hero, for that matter, for the Phils tonight. He has flied out to left, singled, and slugged a 3-run homer. Pitch on the way to Martin. Swing and a high chop off the plate to second. Baker flips to Ozzie Smith for the force on Reed. No chance for a relay. Martin safe at first on a fielder's choice. Reed forced at second for out number 2, and that'll bring up Larry Bowa. Bowa is 0 for 3, is flied out to center, grounded into a double play, and lined out to third base. He'll be batting left against Mark Lee. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Phillies leading 3-2. The Padres scheduled to hit for San Diego in the 9th. Chuck Baker, a pinch hitter for Lee, and the top of the order, Gene Richards. Throw to first base, Jerry Martin gets back in time. There's a stretch by Lee. There goes Martin, a pitch out, and Tenace's throw is just in time to get Jerry Martin. Padres figured stolen base, called the pitch out, and Martin is nailed. Gene Tenace to second baseman Chuck Baker. For the Phillies, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and none left. We move to the 9th. It's Phillies 3, Padres 2.
Someone playing guitar on the side. And me up here with you out of sight. The city sounds are humming. And cook as life to a guitar strumming. Cause cook as life and everybody wants a little life. And I'm glad that I'm a city boy tonight. And everybody wants a little life.
I'm a PhD in economics, right? I run around to 3 stores to buy food, so I save $1 here, $1 there, and yet I let $200 sit in my checking account where it doesn't earn a cent. No more. Now I use the George machine at Girard Bank to move money from my savings to my checking account only when I need it. With George, I push the buttons, and I'm the brains behind the bank. That's got to make me the smartest banker in town.
George lets you be the banker. Girard Bank. We're there when you need us.
Fans Head and Travel invites you to join Jay Johnstone for 10 days in the Hawaiian Islands, departing Philadelphia on October 30th for just $6.99. This 10-day trip includes Honolulu, Kona, and Hilo. The complete price is $6.99, and that includes United Airlines scheduled flights, deluxe hotels, plus breakfast and dinner every day in Honolulu. October 30th, 10 days, Honolulu, Kona, and Hilo, $6.99 complete. Jay and Mary Jane Johnstone host this great Head and Travel trip to Hawaii. For a free brochure, call Head and Travel. In Pennsylvania, WA3-2816, and in New Jersey, 795-5550. Roger Craig is going to send up a pinch hitter to lead off for the Padres in the 9th inning. Darrell Thomas coming up. bat for Chuck Baker. Thomas hitting 263s, a switch hitter. He'll bat left against Ron Reed. Wind up, and here's the pitch to Thomas, and it's over for a strike call. Phillies have just announced that Ted Sizemore will be placed on the disabled list. Injured in the night's game, will be out about 5 weeks, and Jim Morrison has been called up from Oklahoma City. One strike pitch. Missing outside, it's 1-1. Ninth inning, Phillies lead by a run, 3-2. Here's Reed's pitch to Thomas, and it's over for a strike call. He's in front of him, 1-2. Rick Sweet has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for the pitcher, Mark Lee. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Pays the ball in 2 strikes to Darrell Thomas, batting here for Chuck Baker. Phillies play Thomas way around to the opposite field. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball out of play. It stays 1-2. Jim Romborg tomorrow night against Dave Freisleben. Batting gloves for all youngsters 14 and under. Autographed by Garry Maddox tomorrow night. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball popped up into shallow right. Buddy Harrelson drifts back. He puts it away, and Thomas is out. That's 1 down in the ninth. That'll bring on Rick Sweet. Sweet also a switch hitter. Hitting 192. Got a bat 26 times with 5 hits.
The game continues at the beginning of side 4 after a short delay.
36 times with 5 hits. Sweet last year hit 323 in Hawaii. Rick Sweet standing in with 1 down. He'll be followed by Gene Richards. Phillies lead 3-2. Sunday afternoon, the series finale. Randy Lurch and Randy Jones. All youngsters 14 and under getting an autographed batting glove autographed by Greg Luzinski. Reed ready to work to the pinch hitter Rick Sweet. Pitch to him, swinging a foul straight back. Paid attendance tonight is 26,872. One strike pitch to Sweet, a changeup, swing and a miss, lost grip on his bat, and it went all the way into the Phillies dugout, where again Jay Johnstone, who usually grabs bats thrown into the dugout, retrieves it for Rick Sweet. Nothing in 2 to count to Sweet. Ron Reed in his 3rd inning in relief of Larry Christenson, trying to save it for LC. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball to second. Bud Harrelson has it and throws, and Sweet is out, 2 down. Now the Phillies are 1 out away from the win, leading at 3-2. 2 down in the ninth, and Gene Richards will bat. Richards 2 out of 3s, twice singled and sacrificed and lined out to left. Well, he had a fine rookie year last year. Really wasn't much considered for Rookie of the Year honors around the country, but probably should have been. He had 290, stole 56 bases. Pitch on the way to Richards. Swinging a foul straight back over the screen, back out onto the playing field. 1 strike to count to Richards. 2 outs in the ninth inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Right over the top of our head. Well, I'll tell you, there were some guys bailing out on that foul ball. There was some real bailing going on.
That baby was headed right between my eyes. Nothing in 2 to count to Gene Richards.
Here's the two-strike pitch. Check swing, bouncing ball to third. Schmidt bare hands and throws. Not in time. Richards beats it out. A great effort by Schmidt. His only shot was the bare hand play, but Richards can fly, and he is safe at first base, and this game is still alive.
That's right. Schmidt couldn't have done any more. He made a great stab barehanded, had a lot on the throw, but Richards can really get down the line in a hurry, and he's going to be a threat to steal now, even though there are 2 outs, and the Padres are run behind. You don't really like to take chances on a runner getting thrown out, but they don't throw Richards out very often.
Richards has stolen 6 bases this year. He's been caught once. Reed throws to first base, and Richards gets back. Ozzie Smith, the shortstop, is 2 out of 3. Here's the pitch to him. High and away for a ball. It's 1-0 to Ozzie Smith. Smith batting .278, a switch hitter, hitting left here. Now the stretch by Reed. There goes Richards. The pitch is outside. The throw in time. A great throw by Boone. Gene Richards is out to retire the side and end the ball game. Boone put it right on the money. And the Padres go down on a stolen base attempt. For San Diego in the 9th, no runs to hit. No errors and none left. Phillies win it by a score of 3-2. They'll be back with the final totals and a recap right after this. Great in any year. MAB paints. When you paint, get the paint that lasts longer. MAB. It gives you more years per gallon. And great in 78 is what people will be saying about the Phillies. MAB has Phillies Great in 78 bumper stickers. And you could win 2 tickets to a Phillies game if one of the MAB spotters sees the Phillies bumper sticker on your car. To get your free Phillies bumper sticker, visit the nearest MAB paint store, dealer, or Rich Lux Home Center in your neighborhood.
There's a demanding cat around. He's at your Lincoln Mercury dealers, and he wants these dealers to sell every Mercury in stock. Every one. That means you have a great chance to get into any one of his fine cars right now. From the full-size Mercury Marquis, right through his Cougars, Zephyrs, Monarchs, and Bobcats. They're all up for grabs right now. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer quick, because that cat means business. At the sign of the cat.
You want to feel good? Then you just gotta come to Geno's. Because that's where you'll find Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. Golden brown and finger-licking good. They go together. Kentucky Fried Chicken and Geno's. So come on. Come to Geno's and feel good.
Well, tonight's winning pitcher is Larry Christenson. He wins a case of Tasty Cake and one also for the Lafayette School. And Jerry Martin winning a case of Tasty Cake for him, wife Scarlett, and sons Jeremy and Jason, and also one for the Lafayette School for his home run as the Phillies win it by a score of 3-2. The Phillies' early propensity for leaving men on base was non-existent tonight. The Phils left only one on. It took one swing of Martin's bat to win the ball game. Good pitching by Christensen and fine relief pitching by Ron Reed. Here are the final totals. The Phils had 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and left 1. San Diego 2 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. Larry Christensen, the winner. He's 2-1, a save for Ron Reed, his first of the year. The losing pitcher, Bob Owchinko, he is 1-2. Jerry Martin accounting for all the runs with his 3-run home run, his first of the year, and Jerry will be our guest on the Tasty Cake wrap-up show coming up shortly. Dave Torrey has been our engineer for tonight's game. Our executive producer is Steve Silverman. Phillies baseball is a presentation of the Philadelphia Phillies. For Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser, Harry Callis saying thanks for listening. Final score once again, the Phils edge the Padres 3-2. This is the Phillies Baseball Network.
Phillies baseball has been sponsored in part by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
where you get Grand Slam deals on the most complete lineup of new cars in your area. And by Tasty Cake, whose cakes, pies, and cookies give you over 30 delicious ways to take a tasty break. Tasty Cake, all the good things wrapped up in one. By MAB Paints, for the best in paint and painting advice, think of MAB and the more than 300 MAB Paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers. And by Acme Super Saver Markets, home of famous Lancaster brand meats and quality Ideal brand products. Shop Acme Super Saver. By your Coca-Cola bottler, who reminds you that Coke adds life to baseball and all your favorite sports. Enjoy it often. And by Girard Bank, where George lets you be the banker night and day, every day. By Champion Spark Plugs, for surer starts and better mileage, treat your car to a fresh set of Champions. No matter what you drive, you can't buy a better plug.
This is News Radio in the Delaware Valley, KYW 1060, Philadelphia. I'm Fred Hansberger. In the news of this hour, charges have been dropped against some of the men convicted of rioting in the 1972 Valley Forge Sheraton construction site scuffle. A Clayton, Delaware man has been convicted of rape and murder and sentenced to hang to death in June. The nation's Social Security beneficiaries will be getting a raise this summer. The government has announced a 6.5% increase. Details after the wrap-up show.
It's simple to own a new Honda at Marty Sussman Honda, Jenkintown and Beta Roads, Jenkintown. For only Marty Sussman has a huge inventory of Honda Civics, PBCCs, 5-speeds, wagons, Accords, and Accord LXs. Simple to afford, because only Marty Sussman gives you a high trade-in allowance or free valuable options. Choose a deluxe AM/FM radio, protective side molding, tonneau covers, or deluxe roof racks. Simple to maintain with Marty Sussman's large stock of Honda parts and staff of factory-trained mechanics. Now, during Marty Sussman's annual spring sale, take advantage of his huge selection, free valuable options, and expert service. Only at Marty Sussman Honda, Jenkintown and Beta Roads, Jenkintown. Your choice of free options today.
Offer expires April 30th.
AccuWeather for the tri-state area. Small craft advisories are in effect. Of course, that's for the bays and near shore waters. It'll be clear and cool tonight with diminishing winds in the tri-state area, the low 40 to 44. Right now, 58 degrees, clear on Independence Mall.
And now Tasty Cake is proud to present the Tasty Cake Wrap-Up Show with facts and figures of tonight's game and an exclusive interview with the star of the game. So grab a Tasty Cake. There are more than 30 delicious kinds to choose from. Relax in your easy chair and get into the 1978 baseball season with Tasty Cake and the Phillies. All the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty Cake is the world of fun. All the good things wrapped up in one.
Back at Veterans Stadium, Harry Callis with you, where the Phillies have downed the San Diego Padres by a score of 3-2. I'll tell you what, and our star of the game is Phillies right fielder Jerry Martin, who singled and hit a 3-run home run, accounting for the winning blow against the Padres. The Padres had back-to-back home runs by Dave Winfield and George Hendrick. San Diego came right out of the chute and had a shot to score in the first inning. Gene Richards singled, Ozzie Smith singled, Jerry Turner flied out, and with one out, runners at first and second, that brought to the plate Dave Winfield.
Christensen stretches. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ground ball. It'll go through on the right side. There's going to be a play at the plate. Richards coming on. Here comes the throw. He is out at the plate.
Just a super throw, Jerry. Congratulations.
Thank you, Harry. When I let go of the ball, I knew I had a good shot at him, but in fact, the way the ball went, I thought it was going to short hop Boone. In fact, I think it did. Boone made a heck of a play holding on to the ball.
Yeah, you charged the ball real well, too, and you had to be aware that Gene Richards was the runner at second.
I knew he could run pretty good, and I really got something on the throw, and like I said, I thought I had a shot at him, but then I thought maybe it might short hop Boone, and I believe it did, but Boone made a heck of a stop.
You have a problem early in the season with the cold weather as far as your arm and loosening up and throwing?
Well, yeah, as far as my arm goes, yeah, you know, everybody's a little cold out there, and it takes a little bit longer to loosen up. But after you get loose out there and you really get into the ball game, you know, you really don't mind the cold too much.
Well, the Padres got on the board first in the sixth inning. Leading off the sixth, Dave Winfield slugged a home run, and he was followed by George Hendrick, and Hendrick hit one even further, back-to-back homers. San Diego led 2-0 going into the Phillies half of the sixth. In the Phillies half of the sixth, after Bob Boone popped up, Davy Johnson got a base hit. Pinch hitter Barry Foote got a base hit, putting runners at first and second, one out, and bringing to the plate our star of the game, Jerry Martin.
Owchinko checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Martin, fly ball, deep left field. Home run! Oh, boy, a home run for Garry Martin. A three-run homer. And the Phillies lead it 3-2 as Johnson scores. Foote scores, and Garry Martin with his first home run of the season. His fourth, fifth, and sixth runs batted in. And he puts the Phils ahead 3-2.
And that's how the ball game ended. And Jerry, your first homer could not have come in a better spot.
Yeah, Harry, it really felt good. You know, it's kind of funny. The whole season, since a few games I played, I felt okay at the plate, but it seemed like I haven't hit a ball good until tonight. And sooner or later I knew it was going to come, and I'm just glad it come at the right time.
What kind of pitch?
It was a fastball out over the plate.
Looking for it?
Not really. I thought maybe he might start me off with a breaking ball, so I was just kind of looking for the ball when it came in there, and it was a fastball. I got on the backside of it.
Of course, the Phillies didn't get a whole bunch of hits off him. You had two, and the Phillies got the two more from Davy Johnson and pinch hitter Barry Foote. He looks like he's got pretty decent stuff, Owchinko.
Yeah, he was throwing good. His ball was high strike was really taking off. It was a good pitch, and he was running the ball away and keeping the breaking ball to me up, trying to keep it on the outside corner of the plate, and I think he was hitting good spots.
Well, the Phillies led 3-2, and that lead got into real jeopardy in the seventh inning. Ron Reed came in to take over for Larry Christenson, who had been lifted for the pinch hitter. Oscar Gamble got a pinch hit single, and after Gene Richards lined out, Ozzie Smith followed with a base hit. Then Jerry Turner was hit by a pitch ball, and the Padres had the bases loaded, one out, and Dave Winfield, their leading RBI man, at the plate. Here's what happened.
Pitch to Winfield, swinging a ball chopped to shortstop. Over to second, there's one. To first, double play. Phils get out of the bases loaded jam with a double play.
Big twin killing there, especially with Dave Winfield at the plate. And after that, the Padres really did not threaten. The Padres in the ninth inning sent up two pinch hitters, Darrell Thomas, who popped up, and Rick Sweet, who grounded out. Gene Richards legged out an infield single to third base. Mike Schmidt making a fine play, but Richards with the great speed beat it out. And then a strange way for a ball game to end, and here's what happened.
Now the stretch by Reed. There goes Richards. The pitch is outside. The throw in time. A great throw by Boone. Gene Richards is out to retire the side and end the ball game.
You hardly ever, Jerry Martin, see a ball game end on an attempted steal and a runner being thrown out, but I guess they feel like Richards has caught so few times that they gamble at that point.
Yeah, Richards got some good speed, and they're just going to go ahead and gamble for it. And Boone really made a great throw. You won't see a finer throw, and a lot of people don't even know, but the batter really he kept the bat out over the plate, which is tough, and he kept it right out to the last minute to block the ball coming in there, and Boone still made a heck of a throw down there.
Jerry, during spring training, I know it was a very unsettling spring for you, and, you were somewhat vocal about your role here. How do you feel at this point?
Well, I'm just happy to be playing against left-handed pitching right now, Harry. The way things looked when the season started, that's why I was so unhappy. Looked like I wasn't going to get to play much except coming in for defense for Bull and pinch hitting, and, all I want to do is play some, and now that I'm playing against left-handers right now, at least, I know I'm going to be in there right now against left-handers, and that's something, I'm not really trying to be that selfish. I just want to get out there and play some.
How about the leadoff spot? Do you like it?
I really like it in leadoff. I like to start the game with a hit. I haven't started the game with a hit yet, but hopefully in the next few games I will.
Do you have a different philosophy at the plate when leading off rather than down the lineup?
Well, I think you go to the plate really trying to get on base. That's in the back of your mind, and trying to pick out a good pitch to hit. And, I think the leadoff spot is the hitter should try to get on base at any cost, walk or base hit, and that's the only thing different. I think you really need to try to pick out your pitches.
Jerry, great ball game. Thanks ever so much for chatting with us, and very best to you.
Thank you, Harry.
Jerry Martin, our guest, and all of our guests on the Tasty Cake Wrap-Up Show receive a gift from the Mitchell Veroff Clothing Showrooms, 417 North 3rd Street in Philadelphia, the Rosemont Village Mall in Rosemont, and the Stock Room in Quakertown. Phillies winning it by a score of 3-2. We'll be back to check the Major League scoreboard, but now it's time for a tasty break.
Tasty cake is a day in spring, a brand new love or golden ring. Tasty cake is the morning sun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one. Tasty cake is a good routine. It's on their fingers for you and me. Tasty cake is a world of fun. It's all the good things wrapped up in one.
The Phillies are working hard to bring home their third straight Eastern Division championship and their first National League pennant in 28 years. Tasty Cake is working hard, too, because this year, as in the past, Tasty Cake will continue to be the champs when it comes to making delicious cake, like the all-time favorite taste of butterscotch, jelly, or lemon cream-filled crimpets. 3 delicious ways to bring home a family pack of fun. Tasty Cake crimpets, all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty cake is a world of fun. All the good things wrapped up in one.
Now let's check the Major League scoreboard. First of all, in the National League, the Chicago Cubs and the Atlanta Braves are now in the bottom half of the 8th inning. In Atlanta, they are tied 3-3. Ray Burris and Jamie Easterly started that game. Neither one around. Bruce Sutter in now for Chicago, and Campbell is in for Atlanta. 1 home run in that game. Haiti Cruz hit a home run for the Chicago Cubs. Cincinnati is still leading New York after 8 by a score of 4-1. Fred Norman started for Cincinnati. Manny Sarmiento is in there now. Jerry Koosman started for the Mets, and Butch Metzger now pitching. 2 home runs, both for Cincinnati. George Foster, number 4, and Davey Concepcion hit number 1. San Francisco is batting with their last chance in the 9th, and they just made it a pretty good last shot at Pittsburgh. The Giants have scored 3 runs in the 9th inning to take a 5-3 lead over the Pirates. Pirates batting with their last chance now in the bottom of the 9th. John Montefusco for San Francisco and John Candelaria for Pittsburgh in that one. Bill Madlock and Jack Clark hit home runs for San Francisco in the first inning in that game. Dave Parker equaled those with a 2-run blast in the first, his 5th of the year. The Giants now lead that one 5-3, bottom half of the 9th inning. Dodgers are up on St. Louis 5-1 after 6 behind Rick Rhoden. Bob Force started for St. Louis. He is no longer around, and Dusty Baker has hit a home run in that game, his 1st of the year. Montreal leading Houston after 7 by a score of 6-2. Ross Grimsley going for his 4th win of the year without a loss. Joe Niekro started for Houston, and he is no longer in there. Over in the American League, Baltimore at Chicago, the White Sox lead that one 2-0 at the end of 7. Dennis Martinez for Baltimore, Steve Stone for Chicago. New York leading Minnesota 3-1. They're now in the bottom half of the 8th. Ed Figueroa for the Yankees, and Paul Thormadsgaard started for Minnesota. He's no longer in there. Milwaukee leads Kansas City 5-3 at the end of 6. Now that game is at the end of 7. Kansas City has scored another run, so it's 5-4 Milwaukee through 7. Larry Sorensen for the Brewers. Steve Busby started for Kansas City, but Jim Colburn came out in the 2nd inning. Larry Heisel hit a home run for Milwaukee in that game, his 7th of the year. Texas leads Boston 3-2 at the end of 6. Jim Umbarger for Texas, Luis Tiant for Boston. Later on, Toronto will be at California, Cleveland at Oakland, and Detroit at Seattle. Here at Veterans Stadium, the Phillies win the game by a score of 3-2 to move their record to 8-7 in National League East. It looks like Montreal is well on their way to a win, however, at Houston, so the Phils will not gain any ground on pace-setting Montreal. Phillies came into play 1 game behind the Montreal Expos in National League East. Jerry Martin, the hitting hero of the day, and also the fielding hero, gunned a runner down at the plate and hit a 3-run home run for all of the Phillies' runs. Good pitching tonight by Larry Christenson. He struck out 8 in 6 innings, gave up back-to-back homers to Winfield and Hendrick, and that was all the scoring for San Diego, and a fine release stint by Ron Reed, who recorded his first save of the year. Well, tomorrow it'll be Jim Lombard going against Dave Freislev, and remember, youngsters 14 and under get a Phillies batting glove autographed by Garry Maddox tomorrow night. We hope you can make it out to the ballpark. If not, our broadcast time for the pregame show will be 7:15. Steve Silverman has been our executive producer, Dave Toy our engineer. This is Harry Callis saying thanks a lot for listening. Final score, the Phils over the Padres 3-2, and this is the Phillies Baseball Network.
Hope you've enjoyed tonight's Tasty Cake wrap-up show. Tune in after the next Phillies game when Tasty Cake once again wraps up facts and figures of the game, interviews the star of the game, and gives you the inside scoop on the Phillies as the 1978 baseball season rolls along. Tasty Cake and the Phillies. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty cake is a world of fun. All the good things wrapped up in one.